What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end so you can hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. When most people decide to come out them streets and jump into a relationship, it's usually because they are looking for real companionship and genuine love. The goal for most couples that want to live a traditional life is to ride with each other, be there through the tough times, good times, build together, and hopefully one day, if they feel like they can picture themselves spending the rest of their lives with that person, jump the brim and get married. But it's a lot of in-between time that comes with that. And as we all know, relationships can go a lot of different ways. You got some couples that are together and really don't even like each other. They are just comfortable and feel like this is the person I've been with, so at this point, I might as well stay. Then you have the toxic breakup to makeup couple. They fight, put hands on each other, mess up clothes, tear up the house. They might even break up and be with somebody else for a few weeks before ending up right back together. It definitely gets tricky and sticky in these relationships. And some people even decide they will keep their options open even if they do got a partner. Whether they choose to have another person to talk to when their significant other is acting crazy, or go all out and lay down with somebody else, knowing they have somebody at home. Some will call that a sneaky link, but sometimes it's deeper than that. You have individuals that will be in a whole nother relationship, stringing two people along, playing the 50, pitting them against each other, lying to one, saying the other one is doing this and that, and telling the other person the exact same thing. And once you get caught in somebody's game of playing both sides, the outcome could be fatal. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it all the way back to 2015 to New Orleans, Louisiana, to discuss the case of two men who were smashing the same girl until she played them against each other. All the way back in 2015, 23-year-old Anthony Chambers was navigating life in the NO. He was down there with family and lived with them, but was originally from the other side of the world, California. It's not clear how long Anthony was in the Big Easy, but by this time, it was home. He attended Etna Carr High School down there. After that, he got a job at Uptown Pizza to try to support himself. Described as a laid-back young man who liked to laugh, joke, have fun, he had no trouble making friends or even finding love. Anthony was a ladies' man. But by the winter of 2015, he found himself in a committed relationship with a young lady who we will call Shay for the sake of the story. The two clicked fast and was always together. She would even stay at his grandmother's house with him sometimes on Slidell Street. And as months went on, the two grew closer. But a lot of people that knew the young couple claimed Shay was still in the streets, flirting with other men around the way. Anthony would catch her walking with somebody, and things would usually turn from an argument into a fight. As many claimed, Anthony had a temper on him. His neighbors at his grandmother's house often heard the young couple fighting outside, putting hands on each other, or they could hear arguments through the wall, as it was a shared-style New Orleans shotgun house. With two families living in the house, it was divided like a duplex. But the next day, the couple would be right back together, hugged up, and in Anthony's mind, this was normal. Shay was his girl. Yeah, they had problems like most young couples, but he was in love. But little did he know, she had a secret and was doing more than flirting. Shay had a whole nother man she was dealing with. At the time, a 21-year-old man named Isaac Harris. Isaac lived in Harvey, Louisiana, right outside of New Orleans. And unlike Anthony, he knew Shay was seeing somebody else, but still considered her his girl as well. It seemed the young lady was in two full-blown relationships. While Anthony was at work, she would be with Isaac and return back home like nothing ever happened. But around about Christmas time of that year, the couple's relationship was getting more shaky. She was becoming distant, saying slick stuff out her mouth to Anthony, often leading to them fighting. And on December 22nd, 2015, this night was no different. As the couple fought, Shay felt she could do something to make Anthony stop. She stepped outside of Anthony's grandmother's house and made a frantic call to Isaac, stating Anthony wouldn't leave her alone, and she didn't know what to do. He told her, "Don't worry," and asked what's the address, and stated, "I'm on my way." And when she told him the location and sat with Anthony like everything was cool. Anthony, not knowing what was going on or that he was in danger, went on with his night and laid down. But around about midnight, Isaac told Shay, like, "I'm outside." She opened the door and him and another masked man stepped in. They asked where he at. She stated, "In the back." Isaac told her to wait right here. And seconds later, multiple shots went off and the two men fled the scene. An elderly neighbor who witnessed some of the incident called NOPD, who responded to the home to find Anthony suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, and unfortunately, he would be pronounced gone at the scene. The neighbor told police he saw two men shoot Anthony, and one stand over the man and say, "I'm about to finish him," before then running back to the car. Wondering why Shay was so calm, police turned to her and asked her what happened. She stated Anthony kept fighting with her, so she called another man she was dating to help with the situation. She claimed she didn't know it would go this far though. It wouldn't take long for police to pull the man's name out of Shay, as she told them it was Isaac. After running his name, already having a record, he popped right up. Police went to the elderly neighbor and showed them a picture, in which he stated, "Yes, that's him." The young man was picked up, but at the police station, he refused to answer any questions or get a name of the second person who was with him. But with Shay's statement and another person pointing to him as the shooter, he was taken into custody, charged with first-degree hit, and held on a $350,000 bond. As Anthony's family was left to grieve the young man, they couldn't believe his girlfriend made that fatal call. As the case made its way to court, somehow Isaac was able to plead out to the lesser charge of manslaughter in exchange for a 10-year sentence. Rest in peace to Anthony. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. Bro trusted his girl, thinking they were only having typical relationship problems. He had her at his family's house, cooling, not knowing she was in a whole nother relationship, dealing with a whole nother man, and would soon make a call on him that would take his life. That's cold-blooded. It was never stated if she was charged. And even though Isaac got a slap on the wrist, that's still 10 years of his life gone as well. And Shorty probably had 2 or 3 other backup plans. It's never worth it to crash out over somebody that doesn't belong to you, even if you think they do. I know when you laying down with a person, y'all pillow talking, saying how much y'all love each other, it seems real. But we always got to think this could all be game, and always be prepared to walk away instead of letting somebody else pull your strings and be the puppet master. But I want to know your thoughts on the situation. And have you yourself ever been in a similar situation where you felt or found out the person you made a priority was treating you like an option? If so, how did you deal with it? Let me know in the comments. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace, that young man. I definitely send my prayers to his family. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. It's another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.